Hi friends, in my previous video we have seen how to set up the EC2 instance with Linux and also how to connect to the Linux using mobaxterm. In today's session we are going to see how to install the Apache. So before getting into the topic, I would like to show different type of flavors of the Linux. Just for your information, even I do not have too much knowledge on it, but there are different flavors like RPM based family, Debian based family, Pacman based. So these are the various operating system, Linux based operating systems, but under the different families. So each family has different type of command sets, so you should understand that first. So in case if you have seen my previous video, I have used sudo yum update. You usually use yum for RHEL based family OS and apt for Debian based OS. So you should first know what family your OS belongs to. Accordingly, you need to use your commands. So the Amazon Linux, you will need to use yum commands. So that's why first you need to understand that. Accordingly, you can go ahead. There are different commands, like for example, in case if you want to install the Apache on Debian based, you will use sudo yum update httpd, whereas RHEL based OS, you will use sudo apt update Apache 2. So that's how the differences are. So you should clearly understand those differences before you start with the commands. So let us switch back to our mobaxterm to execute the certain commands. So if you remember, sudo yum update or upgrade you can use to update the operating system if there are any updated packages and stuff available. So it is done. No packages marked for update. Let us go with our topic, that is Apache, right? Sudo yum update httpd. In case if you are using some different flavor from the Debian family, probably you have to use sudo apt update Apache 2. Okay, no packages marked to update, no problem. Let us go with sudo yum install httpd. So I started installing that all stuff. The next one you need to try is setting up the firewall. Before you move to the next command, you have to first check whether your EC2 instance is enabled with HTTP and the port number 80. So just to check that, I'm switching to my EC2 console. Here, just go and check under the security groups, that is launch wizard 3. Just click on that. You will be able to see inbound and outbound traffic here. So you can see inbound rules and outbound rules. So here you have to see whether you have enabled HTTP 80. Yeah, this is good. It is already enabled. So we are good to go. Let us switch back to your mobaxterm command console and then start with sudo firewall cmd permanent add service http. Small mistake, so I'm just going to correct that. I typed 3 T's rather than 1. Still is wrong. I think it is because of the firewall. So let me just try this command. Sudo yum install firewall d. So I'm going to start. Until now we have installed the firewall d. Now I'm going to start that. So to start that, you have to use sudo system ctl start firewall-d. So it started. That's good. Now let us give it a try with the earlier command. It's success. Now it is success. Because of the firewall it was not working earlier. Now it is all good and fine. In case if you want to enable HTTPS, you have to run the similar command here, but with the HTTPS. So exactly the same, but you have to add HTTPS here. At the same time, you have to enable HTTPS port back in your EC2 instance here with port number 443. So you need to edit the inbound rules, and you need to go with the 443 port. Here you have to select, or HTTPS, it must be here, and now by default it is coming with the 443. But for timing I'm not going with the HTTPS, hence I'm just proceeding without this. So the next one is, let us just run sudo firewall cmd reload. So what it does is like it reloads the firewall to put these new rules into effect. So now checking the web server. So for that you need to use sudo system ctl start http date. So all good. Now we just started that. Let us check the status of the HTTPD, which is Apache, right? So system ctl status HTTPD. Now you can see starting the Apache HTTP server, and it started, right? You can also see that it is active and running. So you install your Apache, and you started that, and you also check the status. So okay, now you're running the command and seeing the status, but how about like testing it in the browser, right? Some default page might be configured when you configure any type of server, like it could be Tomcat or Apache or your IaaS, anything, right? So now to just test it on the browser, I'm just going back to my EC2 instance. I don't remember my IP address, so just to copy the IP address, I'm going to the EC2. So copy the IP address and just try out in the browser. Now you can see that it is configured. Your test page is ready and everything. Now there is again a procedure like to deploy your HTML pages or your Java pages or anything like to deploy to your Apache server, which is already configured. You can see powered by Apache 2.4. You can configure your own website, and you can set it up your default web page also on your Apache server. This is how you can configure. Similarly, you have a different set of commands to install your IaaS or your Tomcat or any other server, and yeah, you can move further. Thanks for watching my videos.